Hi again. I'm Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. I'm doing a quick haul video. I mentioned in my last video my husband and his son were gone all last week, leaving me here doing solo on eBay. But they had gone to Connecticut to test for their first black belt, and they decided to go ahead and take the scenic route home and hit some states that my husband hadn't been to before. And in their journeys, they stopped at some yard sales and some thrift stores. So what I'm going to show tonight is what he actually picked up for me. Some of it, he would send me pictures and I'd say no, and he'd already bought them. Some of them I'd go yes, and which was good. And then at some point, I have a huge bag of stuff right here, and they Google Duo'd me at this Goodwill that had a basket, huge basket full of plush, and I just said yes, no, is it clean, what's the manufacturer, and they spent about $60 on a huge bag of plush right here. So again, if you like this kind of content, please do subscribe. I'm always stammering at the end of the video, so I thought I'd try to get this in first. Make comments. If there's something that you'd like for me to talk about, I can do that too. I can add it into things that I want to do that aren't just hauls and solds. So the first thing I'm going to show you is he had gone to a yard sale, and some of these were the no's that he'd already bought. And he spent $15 on some plush, and then I'll show you this too. Brass. I've been talking about this. We've been selling it a lot. These are very neat candlesticks. They're quite tall. I'm sure I'm probably going to list this probably over $25, but I haven't decided yet. I haven't done any comps on this stuff, so I'll more than likely have it right here. And he picked up this plush. It's by Carlton Cards. That's fine. It's probably $10 to $12, but it's got this little vintage coat on it, which I'm going to remove. And I have a huge pile of doll clothes right now that I need to get sorted through, and I'm going to do some auctions and lots. And so I'm going to add this coat, which I thought was the best part of this group of stuff that he bought, because it looks very vintagey. He bought this stuffed animal. It looks handmade if you look at its face, and it has been so overstuffed it's coming apart at the seams. But I'm probably going to discard the doll. But this West Point shirt is a child size, and it's vintage. There, and it says made in the USA. And I'm going to remove this shirt, and I'm going to put it in my booth, because I've started listing some vintage children's clothes in there. So it's still good. He bought this huge bear. It is by Gund. It was exclusive to a May department stores, and it's called the Wish Bear Luck. It's needs cleaned. It's got a little bit more wear, but we saw comps for about $15, so I'll go ahead and get it cleaned up and get it listed. I think that's it, right? Oh, him. Love this. I think he's supposed to have a hat, but that's okay. I've had Smokey the Bear before. I'm pretty sure. I thought he was Knickerbocker, but he's actually Ideal. But this one talks, and he actually works. So, very cool. I'll have comps for it too, but I'm hoping $15 to $20 for him, but we'll see. All right, he stopped at another yard sale and picked up some of these hats. I haven't, again, checked any of these. They are all New York
Yankees.
but they all look new. I think I just need to take a lint brush to them. Here, can hardly see that logo. And then this one. I like hats. I normally just do the snapback hats, but these seem pretty neat.
Yeah, these are the fitted size ones.
Oh yeah, the fitted. They're not the snapbacks.
And I when I was there, I did comps. They were 25 to 30, I think.
That's works for me, right? Oh, and he paid $2 each for them. Got me another puzzle to join the other 40 or so that we have upstairs waiting to get done. That's all right. And then this board game, Goosebumps. It's dated 1993. We were looking up comps, and he was like, well, if it's brand new, it's this, this, and this. But obviously with the box the way it wasn't brand new, except when I opened it, the stuff is still in the bag. So I'm not quite sure how, I mean, obviously it'll be used, but I'll have to get my price somewhere between used and new, since the box does seem to have some issues and it has been opened and some of it's been punched. So that was a good find, and he paid $1 for that. In my last video, I stopped and I called him a delinquent because he called me in the middle of my video to ask me if I wanted something, and this is what he bought me. This is full of the Little Tikes Toddle Tots. It's the Kingdom set, and it's got a lot of the gray blocks, the wee waffle blocks. It's got the king, a knight. There's more in here. Oh wait, this is the king, obviously from the beard. Sorry, this is the queen. And I think
there's another horse.
Yeah, there's another horse down here.
There's another knight.
Yeah, I see the gray knight. Here's the black horse, and then there's the gray knight to go with the black. Now I looked just these up. This part right here, and I don't think the one I looked up had a queen in it, but they were selling for like $25 by themselves. But I also have the blocks. So I'm not sure if I'll sell the blocks separate from the figures or I'll do them all together. But they're going to need a little cleaning, but then they'll be good to go. He also picked up this Goond Barkley. It's got the cute little outfit on. I always like Goond. They're not as quick sellers, but nice quality. And then he picked up this Dash Rapid Egg Cooker. I have a feeling this is going to stay because my kids like to make poached eggs and boiled eggs, and they may want to test this out for me for a bit. All right, so now to the big bag of stuffed animals. He and RJ, I want to call it Duolingo, Google Duo'd me, and we just started going through these. So I'm just going to start pulling from the top. It's all stuffed animals. You know, that's my thing. And they all seem very clean. So from what I've seen so far, in fact, they have it's been sanitized already. Yay. So this one is, oh no, they faded the tag on me. So there's one. Love this. Rabbit. It is Animal Adventure 2018. He's holding a little chocolate looking carrot. MS Toys. White gorilla. Cute. Care Bears. This is more of the contemporary 2015, but Care Bears, I always do well with, and they sell quite quickly. Inter-American Products. I've talked about this brand before. I do quite well with it. I think it's a current thing that you can buy in Walmart, but I'm not quite sure. But this is cute. Snowman. He is by Commonwealth. Can't see the date. A lot of these are what from the Snowden line. This is very cute. I'm hoping probably $15 to $20 for him. Odd mouth on a brown bear. It is Wildlife Artists. These are usually quite popular, and I do well with them also. Kelly Toy, Classic Impressions. I love stuffed animals, so I'm thinking probably $10 to $12, but we'll see. This, yeah, JCPenney's. This series was called Big Feet, and they seem to be quite popular. I sell these usually about as soon as I get them listed. I've seen monkeys, and I've done giraffes, I believe, before. I can already tell this is vintage, and I just love it. Made in Korea. Royal plush. Very cute. Oh yeah. Everything's falling. This is a bear by Godiva. Very cute with its little basket for Halloween. Dressed in its little skeleton. Kelly Toy. If you haven't noticed, I buy a lot of Kelly Toy. It's just a good quality, and they do quite well for me. Another Kelly Toy. Large duck. Very clean. That's going to make listing quite easy. Walgreens. Yeah, I remember going back and forth on this. These, yeah, they're usually dated. This is a 2020 bear. But a lot of collectors like to have the whole series from every year. I think this is Dandy. Oh, no, MTY. So it's one of the larger bears. So hopefully $15 to $20 for it. This is another plush by Inter-American Products. I'm going to try to tally all this up and tell you how much he spent on all of that I'm showing. And then tomorrow I'm going to process most of it, because it doesn't look like hardly any of it's going to need to be thrown in the wash, except those first few plush. But mostly these, and then hopefully I'll be able to say, okay, if they sold, which they won't, at the price that I'm going to list them for, this is how much they are worth. But just to show the potential, I always run sales on my stores, so even if I list it for $19.95, it's probably going to get put on sale for 10% off, which makes it $17.95, but still. Oh, this looks like, yeah. This is the bear that's Dandy. Same thing. They all have a date, 2006. This one's from the Valentine's Day series. Oh. This is Walmart. Very cute. It has this metallic glittery stuff all over it. I've learned my lesson. Don't wash these. You just have to do the best you can. Sanitize them and spot clean if you buy something like this because all of that comes off in the wash. But very cute. This is, again, Inter-American product. Rabbit for Easter. I list seasonal stuff all year long. It does not, it sells anytime. This is Godiva Black Cat plush with its little Halloween basket also. I have a feeling this is probably $20, $25. Ooh, this is a good thing. This is Little Einsteins, and it's one of the talking character dolls. I forget her name. I know Leo's the boy, but I have forgotten her name. Don't know how much this is, but I'll have it on the side here. I pick these Chick-fil-A cows up, especially when they're unique like this. Sometimes I do lots of them, and then sometimes like this one, it may get listed by itself just because it's so unique. Shere Khan from Jungle Book. No tag. Oh no, it does. Yeah, it looks vintage. Mattel 93. I just listed a larger one, just very similar to this last week. This looks more like a for Thanksgiving decoration. An owl dressed as a pilgrim. Can't tell who it's from. Do not wash. But cute, nevertheless. Busch Gardens. I've been finding quite a few things recently from amusement parks. So this is a penguin from Busch Gardens. Another Walmart. I like to buy Walmart plush, especially the vintagey stuff. This doesn't look vintage, but nice plush. Stuffed animal from, oh, it's Ty from the Lion Guard. Yeah. This, no glasses. This is TV Trading Company. It's a stuffed rabbit. I tend to, if you find stuff that has these jelly bean designs, sometimes it's on their ears like this, sometimes it's paws, sometimes they're bigger. They seem to be quite popular with collectors. So that's why I told them to go ahead and pick this up. Just a penguin, A&A Global. And then the last one is from Muffin Enterprises. I've had one similar to this. I may still have it listed. Just a cute vintage bear. I think that's it. I think he picked up some clothes too. We are going to hopefully start getting some clothes listed this week. It's going to be our new niche to go along with everything else that we've been doing. And this is just what he bought last week. I haven't even started on my haul. I went out. Did I do a Thursday one already? Or was that last Thursday?
That was last Thursday.
That was last Thursday. Yeah, I've got quite a bit that I picked up this weekend from Thursday, Friday, and Saturday also. So I'll try to get to that in the next day or so. And then I still need to get a holds done. A solds done for you guys too. So, I've got this done. I'm going to be working on this crazy tomorrow. Get this all listed. And hopefully when I get this out, I'll tell you how much I listed everything for. Talk to you later. Bye. I don't like that.
You don't have to like it. You just have to deal with it.
That's kind of rude.
It's like my wife.
All right, I said in the haul video that we did on the stuff that my husband picked up while he was traveling around last week, that I would try to do a tally on everything. He proposed this to his son in this way. While they were out looking for stuff for me to resell, they were actually making the money in order to pay for the hotel rooms and all the things that they had to do on their trip. So I think my stepson got a good idea of why it was important to go ahead and do that kind of stuff. And it brings me to what I could, just suggest to you. If you're out doing something, on vacation, what? Oh, on vacation, or, visiting family, stop at a thrift store or a yard sale or an estate sale, pick up stuff, and that way you're paying for part of your trip. A lot of the things that
Wait a second.
What?
But just because I went sourcing while I was up there doesn't mean I get to claim all the mileage.
No.
That would...
Right.
I would love to. That would be an awesome write-off, but I'm sure that Mr. Taxman would come after me for that. The only mileage I took off as business was the one day we went to some yard sales. I took from the hotel we were staying at to the yard sales and then back to the hotel. I claimed that mileage because that was actually business in the middle of a trip for personal reasons. But that specific part of it was entirely business. Otherwise, I would like to have those hundreds, or I'm sure thousands. I'm sure over 1,000 miles. I didn't check it, but I'm sure it was well over 1,000 miles to. I'd love to write that off, but no.
Right. Well, also just to let you know, we use an app called Everlance to track our mileage, and every day, or we try to every day, you just go through your track the app and tell it, was this personal or was this work, and it keeps a track for us so that at the end of the year we know exactly how much mileage we can write off for business expenses.
And when we travel together, because I believe on the tax forms it asks how many miles you drove your personal vehicle for, how many total miles you drove, and also how many you drove for business, or maybe it's how many personal, how many business, but it wants to know most. So it wants to know both. So if we're driving together, then one of us deletes that mileage because they weren't actually driving anywhere. They weren't driving a personal trip, and they weren't driving a business trip.
Right.
They were just along for the ride, and whoever's doing, whichever one of us is claiming the mileage that day, they either claim it as personal or business. Even like when we go to church, she deletes the mileage, and I just claim it as personal.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Yes. Okay. So on the comps that we showed you on this video, not everything I buy actually has a comp, because comps on eBay are only good for the 90 days, and sometimes you can get a little bit longer on the Terapeak. So a lot of them, if I didn't have an actual comp, then I went ahead and I showed you my actual listing. So if you see the green dollars, that means it was a comp. If you don't see it, then more than likely it's my listing. So as of right now, I listed 37 items from his trip, and it came up to, if it was to sell at the face value, which I'd keep a constant sale, so not really, but what I listed, I had valued at $738.15. I have a couple of things that were in the wash and I haven't gotten to yet, and then I put one thing over at our vendor's booth that I actually didn't even get to in this video. So I put that there for $20. So that would have put it up to $758. So not bad. Between fees and sales and offers, probably about 75% of that price will be what it actually sells for. I think that's about where I go. So
That'll mostly cover our hotel bill.
Mostly cover the hotel bills. So yeah, and it was an hour or two of my time, so not bad. And then I'm still, have all this other stuff that I had sourced that weekend. Like I've said in previous videos, this is our primary income, so we're constantly looking for more items to either list on eBay, cross-list on Facebook, or put in our vendor's booth. All right, I didn't even introduce myself at the beginning of this because he's actually going to tack this onto the haul video. but I'm Rebel, and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and I'm getting ready to do another haul video, probably later this evening, maybe tomorrow.